Welcome children. Today we are going to start our new chapter, Legislation as a Means to Reduce Air Pollution. Children, we all know that air pollution is continuously increasing since last few decades. Many human activities are responsible for it, like urbanization, industrialization, vehicles, industries, and many such sources. These are the major contributor of air pollution. They release lots of carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, hydrocarbons in the air. So, to control air pollution, many countries have framed their own legislations according to the needs of its own environmental problems. But most of the countries worldwide agreed upon common standards of emission. So the legislation can be drawn at the central, state and local level. Here CPCB and SPCB plays a great role. CPCB means Central Pollution Control Board, works at the central level, and SPCB means State Pollution Control Board, works at the state level. The main objectives of such agencies are to find out existing sources of pollution and what kind of emissions is coming out of that source. Then advise the industries to reduce the pollution. They lay out rules and regulations and standards emissions. They administer the permit system for all stationary sources. Then they advise the government on air pollution control policies, particularly in relation to the industrial production, energy conservation, transportation, waste disposal and urban planning. They have authority to fine or penalize or close the industry if they don't follow the standard emissions. They set up laboratories which act as national test centers for testing the samples. Students, the Central Pollution Control Board comes under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It was established in 1974 under the Water Act. The CPCB is also entrusted with the powers and functions under the Air Act 1981. So it helps to improve the quality of air and to prevent or control air pollution in the country. Then CPCB provides technical services to the Ministry of Environment and Forest. They promote cleanliness of rivers, streams and wells in different areas of the states by preventing, controlling and reducing water pollution. CPCB also coordinates the activities of the SPCB, that is State Pollution Control Board. SPCB means State Pollution Control Board. The State Pollution Control Board also have similar functions to be executed at state level and are governed by the directions of CPCB. So, SPCB investigate and do research related to pollution and environmental problems. They collaborate with the programs of the Central Pollution Control Board, Ministry of Environment and Forest, state government, NGOs and other organizations like eco clubs relating to pollution control and environment and organize mass education programs. They issue NOC and consent to industries and other development projects. Now we'll go through the effect of air pollution. Children, we have already seen what are the effects of air pollution on the health of living beings. And today we will be discussing about the effect of air pollution on our monument, especially the Taj Mahal. Due to an increase in air pollution by the nearby industries, it has adversely affected the monument Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal was at first clear white in color, but due to industrial pollution and other human activities, it has caused the color to fade. The color has faded due to the presence of carbon, sulfur, and dust in gases. Taj Mahal has been polluted heavily by industries and traffic over the past decades. Taj Mahal is slowly decaying due to the air pollution. Dense smog created by human activities is slowly discoloring the marble and turning it to sticky yellowish brown color. So, we have to follow rules and regulations laid by CPCB and SPCB so that we can save our monuments. Yamuna River is also highly polluted. Taj Trapezium Zone is so named since it is located around the Taj Mahal and is shaped like a trapezoid. TTZ is a defined area of 10,400 square kilometer around the Taj Mahal to protect the monument from pollution. The Supreme Court of India delivered a ruling on December 30th, 1996 regarding industries covered under the TTZ in response to a PIL seeking to protect the Taj Mahal from environmental pollution. It banned the use of coal, coke in industries located in the TTZ with a mandate for switching over from coal to natural gas and relocating them outside the TTZ or just shunting down. The Taj Trapezium Zone comprises over 40 protected monuments, including 3 World Heritage Sites, the Taj Mahal, Agra Fort and Fatehpur Sikri. In 1984, Mr. M.C. Mehta, a public interest lawyer, visited Taj Mahal. He saw that monument's marble had turned yellow due to pollutants from nearby industries. This compelled Mr. Mehta to file this petition before the Supreme Court. The petitioner had sought appropriate directions to the authorities concerned to take immediate steps to stop air pollution in the TTZ and save the Taj. The court observed that the Taj, apart from being cultural heritage, is an industry by itself because more than 2 million tourists visit the Taj every year. It is a source of revenue for the country. So many steps were taken by the government to save the monuments. Air pollution and water pollution are a major rising concern in Delhi and many parts of India. In the recent years, Delhi has suffered the most due to air pollution. Many kids and adults had to face serious health issues due to air pollution and bad quality of air. The air quality in Delhi, according to a WHO survey of 1650 world cities, is the worst of any major city in the world. it also affects the districts around Delhi. Air pollution in India is estimated to kill about 2 million people every year. It is the fifth largest killer in India. India has the world's highest death rate from chronic respiratory diseases and asthma, according to the WHO. In Delhi, poor quality air irreversibly damages the lungs of millions of people in Delhi. The air pollution in Delhi is caused due to industrial waste and vehicles. Around 80,000 trucks ply the roads of Delhi, most of them old trucks, burning diesel and kerosene. These added to the power plants that are located within city limits. These are the major causes of air pollution in Delhi. But since last few years, local government and central government, they are taking lots of efforts to control air pollution in Delhi. They have taken many steps so that air quality can be improved. Government have introduced many eco-friendly vehicles and alternative fuels in Delhi to control air pollution. Government has introduced compressed natural gas (CNG) for public transport in Delhi. CNG is a non-polluting and non-toxic fuel. Today, Delhi has become a model city with the largest fleet of state transport buses fueled by CNG. Even the private buses and the auto rickshaws are run by CNG. Yes, children, today we have learned about legislation as a means to reduce air pollution, CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, SPCB, State Pollution Control Board, their special features and functions of CPCB and SPCB. Then we have learned about the TAR Trapesium, about Mr. M.C. Mehta, Delhi City Model related to air pollution control and CNG. So go through the video so that you can understand better. Thank you, children. Be safe and keep smiling.